Nelson Dilipkumar is a unique voice in the Indian cinema. A director who has a vivid taste in humor and has proven himself successful in infusing deadpan comedy in commercial cinema and tasted success. This success has come to him after years of struggle in the television space. This experience has proven beneficial in producing mass-appealing promotional materials and some helpful contacts. After his first film dropped in 2010, which is touted to be a quirky gangster film, Nelson had to wait for 8 years for his debut. His second film, Doctor, contributed to the Tamil Nadu theatre revenue post-pandemic and is loved by audiences and critics alike. In this video we will discuss some factors as to why Doctor is his best piece of work to date, as compared to his next two works, Beast and Jailer. Strong character writing. The character of Varun was well written, so were the characters of the rest of the cast. There is a reason for their existence which aligns with the flow of the narrative and is not just placed as a marketing gimmick to sell the film. When compared to Beast or Jailer, there are a bunch of unwanted characters try to make the audience laugh but are hardly able to make one chuckle. They fail to have an impact and are hard to remember once the movie ends. The villain in Doctor is ruthless and is much stronger than Varun, which raises the stake and makes one invested as to how the protagonist is going to rescue the girls from the antagonist. When compared to Beast, the antagonist who comes in the first and the last scene fail to leave a lasting impact as to what loss he has caused to the raw agent for him to cross continents, stealing a jet, without necessary permissions. In Jailer, the build-up and the anticipation of the antagonist are good, but it all drops when the villain begs in front of the women and the kid. It further dilutes when the narrative keeps building up Jailer's characterization and makes him more and more stronger. Intact emotional core. As discussed in some of my previous videos, a good action sequence arises from the place of utmost necessity, where nothing but action can get us through the situation. In Doctor, the only action set piece that takes place in a metro feels logical. The twin kidnappers come to get the bag that belongs to them and the family beats them as they have their kid. The audience is invested in the action and is also laughing at it. The emotion, the action, and the humor all fall in place and make the fight more iconic. Similarly, even though the film is filled with multiple funny moments, the emotional core of the mother who has lost her kid remains intact. The mother never seems to be out of her character and is constantly moaning. If you compare this to Beast, there is no emotional core in play. The audience is confused as to what is at stake and where's the tension building. There seems to be no fear in the faces of the visitors, and neither do any of the terrorists trying to instill fear in the minds of the citizens. Every major character seems to be having fun being a hostage in a tense situation. In Jailer 2, a major chunk of the narrative is spent on capturing the high-speed shots of Rajinikanth and in cashing his superstar image, rather than focusing on the character and his conflicts. Non-contextual comedy. Though comedy is the backbone of all his films, the integration and its smooth blending in Doctor is what makes it more appealing. The quirkiness of the well-built characters, and the absurd situations they are caught in, is what makes Doctor stand out. In Beast, the deadpan nature of the character is not justified. The comedy feels forced and unwanted due to the situations at hand. In fact, the movie delves into unknown territories and starts being unintentionally funny. In Jailer, the jokes are a hit and a miss, with the jokes with Yogi Babu and Sunil landing, and all others failing to have an impact. Jailer and Beast had way too much non-contextual humor, which is placed just trying hard to crack a joke and has no context or impact on the overall bigger picture or character development. Consider this: in Doctor, Yogi Babu is introduced as someone who is a pro in a sport. Later that sport is used as an important tool to move the narrative forward. These scenes build the character and drive the plot seamlessly. There is no humor with so much nuance in Beast or Jailer. Becoming a hero. As said by Ben Parker,
"With great power comes great responsibility."
A hero, by its textbook definition, is born when he makes decisions for the greater good of a human or a community. In Doctor, the whole character arc of Varun changes when at the moment he decides to save all the girls instead of their own. It comes as a defining moment for the family and the audience who until that point counted Varun as a good person. after Varun confesses that he isn't helping the family to get married to Padmini. Varun's character is further enriched when at the end he goes back to the den to save the girl left behind. Both Beast and Jailer choose the path of glorifying the larger-than-life image of the actors performing the role rather than investing time in building the arc of the character, eventually making them short-lived in the minds of the audience. Least non-digestible climax. The underwhelming writing of the climax is still prevalent in all the Nelson Dilipkumar films. But Doctor sells the idea of Varun returning to get the child back. The audience is invested in wanting to know how the movie ends. In Beast, the audience is less invested in the action sequence, thanks to the weakly written antagonist and a half-baked attempt to satisfy the superstar's fans. In Jailer, the director takes full advantage of the legacy that the actor has built in 50 years of his career by defeating the villain who has already lost his credibility in the film by begging and getting tamed by Muthuvel Pandian in the previous scenes. That is it for this video. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.